Huh, I didn't really figure that with what I'm covering right now, there'd be only all of 2 droids on my memory card on the emulator, but I guess that's just kind of how it breaks down for right now. Weird. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. Welcome back to another Berserk Let's Play. Ha! Just kidding. No, not for hopefully a while. God, I kind of burnt myself out on that marathon. This is why I don't marathon Naruto Dragon Ball Z games back to back. Anyway, so welcome to Let's Play Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. This game is, how do I even describe this game? This game is simultaneously like a really weird improvement over Budokai 3, but in a lot of respects is also a huge steps back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to cover more as we get into it, but for the time being, I just want you to know that this game is kind of nutty. Also, before we get too far ahead, yes, we are still on emulator, just so you're keenly aware of that fact. At this point, any future PS2 games is pretty much just going to be emulated. Because the technology is there now. I have a semi-decent laptop and PC, so at this point, it's more practical. If PS2 games have like a forward leap for how to record them, then I'll probably go back to it, but it's whatever. Anyway, let me just go ahead and do a thing. I have no idea why I put the BIOS for the PS2 memory, or the PS2 menu, for some reason has interlacing activated by default. If you're young, then what you're currently witnessing is the fact that there is currently 2 frames rapidly overlapping between each other. This is called interlacing. It's happened a lot back in the early mid-2000s on TVs and before that. So, yeah, be glad that some of you only had to deal with progressive scan because that is far and away the better option. So yeah, anyway, let's just go ahead and boot the game up. I'm gonna give us the intro after we go through. Oop, God, maximize. There's audio. So anyway, fuck, that killed exactly what I was gonna say. Damn it, owl. So the only thing that sucks about this game, unfortunately, is that every time you boot the game up, you have to sit through, I think, 8 Ike logos. Funimation. Oh, Krishan. Also, hammer start button. Can't skip this. X button doesn't work. Circle button doesn't work. So, that's kind of on the rough side there. You gotta sit through these opening credits every single fucking time. And these developers are gonna be interesting. We're gonna tackle them as we go forward. Also, yes, this game does support progressive scan. Anyway, intro. Yeah, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I do kind of miss the old intros from Budokai 2 and 3 that actually had the animated introductions. Those were far and away better than that. And the worst part is this came out in 2008. This is the same launch year as BT3, the one with the godlike introduction. So that's a suck there. Also, yes, going back to the old school Dragon Ball games intro. Hey, you default to hovering over new game, not load game. So if you're not absolutely careful about that, you're going to accidentally lose your save file. This has never happened to me before, luckily. But I believe I've heard secondhand accounts of people who have accidentally done this. And to them, I am so fucking sorry, dude. Oh, shit. That's rough game design right here. There. Ugh. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put this game up. Interesting things all around. Oh man. So take a lot of what you knew about Budokai 3 and kind of toss some of them on the side. So first of all, yes, this is not an HD collection. This is original hardware, kinda. So that means we're back to the Kenji Yamamoto soundtrack. And if being completely honest, this game made me realize something. I think Kenji is kinda held up on a silver platter more than, or on a silver pedestal more so than he deserves by the community. Because I've been playing this entire game from front to back, and I realized, yeah, Kenji's got some shit tunes. Actually, in a lot of places. Granted, the man is a the man is a copyright genius because he went so many decades without anyone noticing that. Hey, yeah, he just started taking music from the West. Lol, go figure. There's fucking, let's see, there was obviously Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Stradivarius is the prominent one, and just so on and so forth. Like, stuff like Warrior's Room. This song, I actively tried to avoid going into the shop because of this fucking song, and it is the absolute worst thing, particularly for this tune right here. Might sound instant enough, right? Except for the fact that it loops every minute, and you have those bells continuously going off. So it's like, ugh, that sucks. Also, being completely honest, I do actually like this menu way more than Budokai 3's. There's gonna be a lot of comparison to Budokai 3, and there's a plethora of reasons for that actually. Also, by the way, yes, this is a expanded, mostly character roster. If I'm going to be completely honest, this game is better off being called Budokai 4. Let's see, I think there was actually a quote that was pretty much saying that, yeah, this game was pretty much intended to be Budokai 4, but there was a name change for some bizarre reason. I don't remember exactly what it is, but we'll cover that. Okay, but yeah, just going through the main menu really fast. Oh, hey, that's right, Cybermen are back. So for the most part, you're going to get all your characters back from Budokai 3, plus a lot more returning stuff. You're also going to notice a lot more character portraits, as in new stuff. And if I'm being completely honest, I kinda hate the new ones. Coolers looks like it was drawn by an 8th grader. Bardock is bad. Burley's is fine, it's whatever. Sin's is weird. Oh yeah, that's right, we got a Sin Shenron in this game, not Omega Shenron. He was kinda inadvertently nerfed because he has a transformation to get 2 Omegas for the base 7 bar, so that's kinda funny. We got a Super 17. So basically, this game is essentially Budokai 3 if they actually gave a shit about GT. Which I know it's hard to give a shit about GT. I mean, I don't think that's a really hot take, but for the most part, this game does pretty well about covering its bases. In fact, we even got Pan in here, if you care, I guess. We also have GT Vegeta and a GT Goku. No, this GT Goku is not broken. This is not Dragon Ball Fighter Season 2, luckily. He's a relatively balanced character. Actually, I think he's like A tier or S tier. He's not like horribly broken, but I think people put more stock into regular Goku. Actually, I think Goku is top 3. I mean, Goku is always strong across the board, so that's a moot point, but this time around, he's really got some tools, and we're going to cover that at length as we go forward. Anyway, let me just get into gameplay. Also, no new stages at all. I can't tell you why. There's just no new stages, I suppose. Okay, so getting into gameplay. Holy shit, there's a lot to take in. This is still groundwork. This is still Budokai 3. But there's so many elements taken from Shin Budokai, it is essentially its own brand new game. Okay, so first of all, there's an actual fucking charge button. It is a dedicated charge button. By the way, my personal button settings currently is R2 for charging. Yeah, you don't have to hold like guard and double tap like what, down anymore, or you don't have to do that anymore. I don't even know why that was a thing before, since you know charging is such a core centralized part of any toolkit that like you're always gonna want to be charging after you knock your opponent down. Pretty much, a lot of the meta in this game is either you're charging or you're applying Oki with like some dedicated stuff. So I don't even know why that was a thing before. And next up, there's slow sidewalks. If you double tap up or down and hold the button, you just do a weird little side drift. There's still obviously this going up and down, you know, the sidestep input, so that's neat. I just don't mean, this just feels weird. Like, it's so slow. It's not even like the Shin Budokai version where it actually goes a fair amount of distance. It's just like, huh, yeah, this is indeed a sidewalk, I guess. I mean, it's good as it's there, but like, you can't just hold it and just go. You have to actually like double tap up or double tap down. It's a lot like Tekken sidewalking, where like you double tap and hold it, or you double tap down and hold it. So it's a thing, I guess. Now, a big overhaul with this game, obviously, if you watch any level of matches, then you're gonna be familiar with this. This game, okay, so first of all, let me actually show you a thing. Skills, yes, by the way, I'm gonna mention later that you do actually have a fucking command list, amazing. You're also gonna notice that there's no energy commands listed a lot for like the end of strings. That's because now, you can cancel literally any points of like combo strings into input and into death moves. Like this, punch, punch, punch forward energy, kick, kick, kick forward energy, you know, so on and so forth. That also means that you have access to a lot more insane combo routes. Hey, remember the insane Dragon Fist loops that Goku had in Budokai 3 that required some marginal execution to do? Well, here's the thing. Okay, there was 2 points in there I completely dropped the combo and the opponent could attack out of it, but I'm also getting some weird frame drops right now. I think it might just be on my TV. I'm not sure about the capture, but yeah, essentially you can a super easy combo route that I completely stole from Underlord Tico. No one tell him is that you can do like jab into Dragon Fist. And the reason that is super nice is because you don't have to do the manual Dragon Fist cancel anymore, where you have to do it super tight. You can just jab, reset their height, and you can just go to town. So it's super fucking easy. Like, no joke, I got this down in like half an hour. Like, it's not too difficult. If the opponent doesn't tech, this is all real. Of course, that requires them. It is easy to tech out of this, but like, if they don't, they're eating so much fucking damage. Also, yes, you can do whatever else you want in this combo as well. Oh, I almost got the stage effect too with the T-Rex. Damn it. Okay, so one other holdover from Shin Budokai that has been implemented into this game is the aura system. And if you remember the aura system, you would probably remember that system gets really fucking weird. So first of all, aura dashing is in full effect, and if you've noticed it already, there's no aura meter in this game. There's no key penalty for this. There's not like a fatigue system goes up with it. Like, I can even show you, like, there's literally, like, no, like, negative downside to just abusing this at all. It's actually fucking nuts. And you're able to recover out of it pretty fast immediately to guard, so, yeah, aura dashing is nuts. There's also aura guarding as well. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, it's, holding guard and then pressing the charge button. If you remember how this works in Shin Budokai, yes, first of all, this does actually consume ki, believe it or not. This does have some merit, but what you can do is you can like do flash guards, where like you can just do it to like parry like a charge move, and then they go right through it, and you're able to open up Combo City. So yeah, I think this might have been an oversight, and there's a couple of reasons for that. This game was developed in 2008. I'm moderately certain that this would have meant that this game was being developed concurrently when Dimps was working. Also, by the way, this game was made by Dimps. It was published by Atari, but it was made by Dimps. While they were working on Street Fighter 4, Sonic 4, and at least one other game. I think not Sonic Unleashed. No, not Sonic Unleashed. The engine was being outsourced to them, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this game was kind of spread thin. Also, obviously, burst limit, so yeah, Dimps was busy with 4 fucking mainline projects. Sonic 4 was kind of treated as a AAA game back in its day. Ugh. So, yeah. And also, of course, a pseudo Aura Burst option. I say it, but it's actually called Aura Burst. Now, Aura Burst is the most broken fucking thing ever. Because if I'm set to this, the AI, the opponent cannot jab you, they cannot kick you. This essentially operates completely like hyper mode from Budokai 3. But there's a difference here. When you run out of ki while Aura Burst is active, first of all, no. Dragon Rush is completely gone. Oh, thank God. I do not miss Dragon Rush in the fucking slightest. I don't think anyone else is gonna either. Every time I talk to a person who's played Budokai 3, no one says any good things about Dragon Rush except for the fact that it's cinematic as hell, and that's kind of good. But yeah, this might be worse, like 100 times worse, because you don't flinch for anything except for like heavy attacks. Now you can even guard during this as well. Hyper mode you cannot guard. That was a huge trade-off. And whenever you teleported, it still consumed 3 of your ki gauges. Granted, it was super easy to knock you into, you know, Dragon Rush. But here's the thing. You might notice something a little bit weird about my ki bar. You can see it especially with Kamehameha. Huh, that's weird. It's not consuming any of my energy whatsoever. And then when it goes out, yeah, I'm not fatigued at all. There's not even an increase to my fatigue gauge, but by the way, there's a stun gauge now. Moderately certain as a holdover from Street Fighter 4 because, again, Dimps was making that, so not a fan. I mean, it's not like I dislike Street Fighter 4. I just don't like the visuals on some characters, and some characters that were introduced. I'm not gonna talk about that today. But yeah, all these coupled together, I mean, Aura Guard's fine, if not for the fact that it's got super fucking fast recovery and it's super easy to just like use it as a parry. Dragon Dash is free as hell. Also, you do have your smash option from before, which you can also cancel too. So that's something. You have knockdown move. You have ki blast option out of it. You know, just so on. Yeah. If it sounds like I'm moderately unimpressed with a lot of these changes, it's because I kind of am. On the one hand, making the combo system completely free-flowing is going to introduce some weird shit, like some really, really easy combo strings to death routes, and that's whatever. It's a Budokai game. I don't expect like Evo viability for the series. It's fine. It's whatever. Where I do draw issue with is this shit. With this shit, well, I mean, Dragon Dash could use some penalty for doing it, like actually consuming ki. You know, God forbid. Remember you remember Shin Budokai, right? Okay, it had the aura system, but it had the separate gauge to actually monitor, like, when you're doing stuff. So it was much better in that game. Here, there's absolutely no cost to anything, and when you introduce this advanced movement into the basic system mechanics for Shin Budokai, where things are generally a lot more slow, like, you know, even backdashing the guard takes a while. Like, just a single backstep in the guard, that takes a little bit to do. Forward step in the guard, that takes a while to do. Meanwhile, Shin Budokai stuff, yeah, it doesn't really mesh well, and it kind of makes the whole package of this game's meta feel kind of cobbled together. But on that note, this game is also probably the best. If I'm being completely honest, I like this game's competitive side of versus mode actually way better than Budokai 3. Holy shit. That might sound incredibly asinine, but honestly, after having spent enough time with this game, I still much prefer this game's viability for like a competitive game over, you know, Budokai 3. For the versus side. Now we're going to start Dragon Mission, the story mode for this game, as you would probably expect. And the game's kind of going to start to fall apart. You'll see what I mean.